Let me ask you something. And I don't want a comfortable answer. I want the truth. The kind of truth you usually avoid when everything gets quiet. Why are you still waiting? No, seriously, what are you waiting for? Because if you're being honest with yourself, you've been telling yourself the same story for years. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll move when things get better. I just need the right moment. But that moment never comes, does it? It never shows up the way you imagine. And deep down, you already know why. Because nobody is coming. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you discipline. No one is going to wake you up at 5 a.m. and drag you toward your purpose. No one is going to sit you down and fix your mindset, your habits, your life. That version of rescue you've been subconsciously waiting for, it doesn't exist. And the longer you wait for it, the further you drift from the life you keep dreaming about. This is the part most people don't want to hear. Not because it's complicated, but because it's uncomfortable. It means you have to take responsibility. It means you have to stop pointing at your past, your circumstances, your environment, your bad luck, your lack of support. Because even if it wasn't your fault, it's still your responsibility. And that's where everything changes. See, there's a moment in every person's life where the illusion breaks, where you finally realize that all the excuses you've been holding on to, they've been holding you back more than anything else ever could. It's not your situation anymore. It's your decision. It's not about what happened to you. It's about what you're going to do about it now. And right now, you have a choice. You can keep waiting, waiting for motivation, waiting for confidence, waiting for someone to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Or you can accept the truth that most people spend their entire lives running from. That if anything is going to change, it has to start with you. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because here's the reality. Time is not slowing down for you. Life is not pausing while you figure things out. Every day you hesitate, every day you delay, every day you say, I'll do it later, you're making a decision. Maybe not consciously, but you are choosing the same life over and over again. And one day, that later you keep talking about turns into regret. And regret is heavy. It's waking up years from now realizing you had the chance, but you didn't take it. It's knowing you could have been more, done more, lived more, but you stayed where it was comfortable. You stayed where it was safe. And safe doesn't build anything. Safe doesn't transform you. Safe keeps you stuck. That's why this moment matters more than you think, because this is where people separate. Not when things are easy, not when everything feels right, but right here, in the discomfort, in the uncertainty, in the moment where you don't feel ready, but you move anyway. That's where change begins. You don't need more time. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need someone to guide you step by step. What you need is a decision, a real one, the kind that cuts off your excuses, the kind that forces you to act even when you don't feel like it. Because let's be honest, you already know what you need to do. You know the habits you need to fix. You know the distractions that are draining your time. You know the actions you've been avoiding. The problem isn't information. The problem is action. And action doesn't come from feeling good. It comes from doing what needs to be done, even when everything in you wants to stay where you are. That's the difference. Average people wait until they feel motivated. Strong people move without it. And right now, you're standing at that line. On one side, there's comfort, excuses, and the same results you've always had. On the other side, there's growth, discipline, and a version of yourself you haven't met yet. But crossing that line, that's on you. Nobody is going to push you across it. And maybe that's the part that scares you. The idea that it's all on you. No backup plan, no safety net. Just you, your choices, and the work you're willing to put in. But what if I told you that's your power? Because if nobody is coming to save you, then nobody is coming to stop you either. Think about that. There's no one controlling how hard you work. No one limiting how far you can go. No one deciding what you're capable of except you. And the moment you stop waiting and start owning that, everything shifts. Your mindset changes. Your actions change. Your standards change. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what am I going to do about it? And that question, that's where your life starts to change. So now the question isn't whether nobody is coming. You already know that. The real question is, what are you going to do with that truth? Because this is where most people break. Not at the beginning, not when they're dreaming, not when they're talking about what they want to do. They break right here, when it's time to take ownership. Ownership is heavy. It means you can't blame your past anymore. You can't blame your parents, your environment, your failures, or the people who walked out of your life. You can acknowledge it. You can learn from it, but you can't hide behind it. Because the moment you do, you give your power away. And the truth is, you've been more powerful this whole time than you've allowed yourself to believe. But power without action is useless. You don't change your life by thinking about it. You don't change your life by watching videos, reading quotes, or waiting for inspiration to hit you at the perfect moment. You change your life by doing the hard things. Consistently, repeatedly, especially when you don't feel like it. That's the part nobody celebrates. That's the part nobody sees. The early mornings, the late nights, the discipline when no one is watching. That's where everything is built. And it's lonely there. There will be days where no one claps for you. Days when nobody notices your effort. Days where it feels like you're putting in all this work and nothing is changing. That's the test. That's where most people quit, because they need validation. They need someone to tell them, you're doing great, keep going. But what happens when that voice isn't there? You become that voice. You learn to push yourself. You learn to hold yourself accountable. You learn to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth, even when it hurts. Because growth doesn't come from comfort. It comes from confrontation. Confronting your habits. Confronting your excuses. Confronting the version of you that keeps choosing easy over necessary. And that version of you, it's familiar. It's comfortable. It's the one that says, just rest today. You'll start tomorrow. It's the one that tells you, you've already failed before. What's the point? It's the one that keeps you exactly where you are. If you want a different life, you need a different response. You need to stop negotiating with that voice. Stop giving it power. Because every time you listen to it, you reinforce the same cycle, the same results, the same frustration. And then you wonder why nothing changes. It's not complicated. It's just hard. But hard is where transformation lives. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're building something. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you're proving something to yourself. Not to the world, not to other people, but to you. And that's what builds real confidence. Not talk, not hype, not motivation. Action. That's why nobody coming to save you is actually a gift. Because it forces you to step up. It forces you to grow. It forces you to become someone who doesn't rely on external pushes, but creates internal drive. And once you have that, you're dangerous. Because now, it doesn't matter what happens around you. You don't stop. You don't fold. You don't wait. You move.
Even when it's messy. Even when it's uncertain. Even when you don't have all the answers. Because clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from action. And this is where your life starts to shift. Not in one big moment, not overnight, but in small decisions made daily. Choosing to get up instead of staying down. Choosing to work instead of scrolling. Choosing to face your reality instead of escaping it. That's how you build momentum. And once momentum starts, everything feels different. The same person who used to hesitate starts moving with purpose. The same person who used to doubt starts believing. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. That's the goal. Not a perfect life, not a life without problems, but a version of you that can handle anything that comes your way. A version of you that doesn't break under pressure, doesn't run from discomfort, doesn't wait for permission. A version of you that understands this is my life and I'm responsible for it. So if you're still sitting there, waiting for the right time, waiting for someone to push you, waiting for something to change, this is it. This is your moment. Not because everything is perfect, but because it's not. Because right now, in this imperfect, uncomfortable, uncertain place, you have a choice. Stay the same or step up. Keep waiting or take control. Because nobody is coming. And now, you finally understand what that really means. It means it's on you. So get up.